My hair means to me a sense of identity, and it represents who I am as a person. And yeah, my hair makes me feel some sort of way. So if with my natural hair, it does make me feel a bit insecure, I'm not as confident. But if I put a weave or a different type of hair, that's when it's sort of like a different persona, or I can actually portray myself in a better way. My feelings towards cultural appropriation, towards hairstyles, it's not okay. Because when it comes to hair, it's something that as Black women we take pride in, and it just feels like unless they're appreciating it and they knew the history of it, necessarily okay. I have been asked from loads of people to touch my hair, and at first I just thought, okay, yeah, this feels good, getting all the attention, but actually I got to ask myself, like, is it because they want to touch my hair, or because they're genuinely curious, they don't know anything? But I don't go around asking people to touch their hair and not necessarily understanding the distinction why that happens. It's still something I'm trying to figure out, but personally, it's not a prop that people can just play around with.
My hair means to me everything and nothing at the same time, so it defines me as a person in some ways. It defines my culture, shows my heritage, shows like so much history, but at the same fact, your hair shouldn't define you as a person. It should just, you should make it what it is. Empowered. I love my hair. It's just really big, frizzy, does whatever it wants. Yeah, just love my hair. I think that it's a very blurred line what can actually be defined as cultural, like what is being appropriated, just because of like there's so many mixtures with different cultures now. But I think when it's blatantly shown that it's not okay, but there are some instances where it's debatable. Yes, quite. Not as often as I thought you would actually think. So it just happened more so recently that someone would just come up to me and just touch my hair without permission. And no, it doesn't feel very nice. I take time and effort into doing my hair. It's not an easy texture to deal with, so I'd appreciate it if people didn't just touch it without permission. So yeah, I don't really like it. Generally, people will say, oh, you have such big fluffy hair, I love it. But the only negative reaction I received was from my actual family. So when I went to go natural and like cut my hair off and have like a big curly afro, my mum was really against it because she preferred me with like long straight hair. But after I did it, she loved it and went to do it herself.
My hair it just means a part of my heritage and history as a Black woman. It makes me feel fun and happy and excited because there's just so much I can do with it. It makes you kind of angry sometimes to see certain hairstyles that we use for, protecting our hair, making our hair grow and all that kind of stuff, be called ugly and, when we have it, and then trendy and new and fun and unique when, someone of a different race has it. I have been asked by quite a few people to have my hair touched so they could touch my hair. I get it's curiosity, but always ask, because I don't like it when someone just grabs my hair and tries to touch it. And if you do touch it, don't just jam your hands in there. You've got to touch it gently because it takes a while to do. When I was younger, I used to get a lot of bad comments from, kids who were young as well. So that was then, but as of yet, not really. I think people are just like a little bit more understanding towards like Black women's hair nowadays because there's just so much coverage on it.
I never really used to care for my hair. I didn't like the curls. I used to straighten my hair daily because I didn't like how it was sat. Since embracing my natural hair in recent months, I have learnt to appreciate it and value the texture. I feel that I'm being more true to my authentic self. I have mixed feelings about culture appropriation. I don't like the double standards in which when people appropriate certain hairstyles such as braids and cornrows, they're called fashionable and unique. However, when black women have the same hairstyles, they're deemed to be unprofessional and carry a negative connotation. I've been asked by people to touch my hair and I don't like it. I think it's a breach on personal space. It's even worse when people don't ask and just reach for it. It's very uncomfortable.
My hair's very important to me, but it's not my most important feature. Like something like clothes is something that's very important to me. It makes me feel empowered because a lot of people in the world want to do like extensions and plaits and stuff that black people do, but have to go a really long way about it, whereas I have to just sit in a chair for 6 hours. I get asked by a lot of people to touch my hair, especially when it's in the afro, and I just choose not to take offence to it because obviously it's something that they don't have that on their head, they don't know what it feels like, they don't know what it feels like to have it on their head, so they're interested, so I just let people touch. Obviously I don't like people in my space, but if you want to touch my hair, then go for it. Yes, when I was younger and I used to have an afro, people used to be quite horrible to me, but I never let it affect me.
My hair means everything to me. I feel like it makes me more confident and bubbly, and yeah, it means my personality. My hair makes me feel confident, bubbly, and I feel like I can express my own personal nature from having natural hair. I feel like through the past year or two, it's become more of an issue. I feel like it's not in a way a bad thing, but when, particularly with black people, when girls wear their natural hair in certain ways and a particular other culture copy that, and then the black person is being discriminated against their own hair for having that, and then someone else is doing that and being praised for it, it's a really wrong thing. So in that way, it's bad for me. Yes, I have been asked by someone to touch my hair. Personally, I don't mind, but when it's a stranger asking me to touch my hair because it's like some sort of exotic thing for them, it's not in a way scary, but it's just gross. Like, don't touch my hair.